sure to wear headphones. Hello? I hope I'm not intruding. Hello, love. I finished preparing for the wedding early. How about you? Hmm? What a funny thing to say. Is that some sort of tradition among your people? Well, I don't think there's anything unlucky about seeing the person you're going to marry before the wedding. In fact, I was hoping to spend a little time with you before things start. If that's all right with you, of course. Thank you. You look lovely, by the way. The traditional marriage robes suit you. It's a shame you'll only ever wear them once. They are a bit difficult to move in. The trip up the stairs to get here was no easy feat, I'll tell you that. But it was worth it to be able to see you. Of course, love. We still haven't known each other very long, but I've already grown so fond of you. You're an absolute delight to be around. I count myself very lucky that you were the one chosen for me. Come, sit with me, my love. There's no need for you to stand all the way over there as if you're afraid of me. Perhaps you still think I'm a lizard person in disguise? I assure you, I don't bite. Better. I like being close to you. I I hope you feel the same way about me by now. So sweet. You always know just what to say, don't you? You're so charming. I'm surprised you hadn't gotten married before now. Why did no one snatch you up? Oh, I beg to differ. You're going to make a wonderful spouse. I can already tell. So, how are you feeling? We're mere minutes away from being married, from committing ourselves to each other for eternity. It all moved so fast, hasn't it? Oh, I don't blame you for being nervous one little bit. I feel nervous too, to tell you the truth. Even though it's what I want, it's still a big jump. I I hesitate to bring this up, but this is the last chance for it, I suppose. Is this what you want? I know that you've already agreed to this political marriage, as did I, but I want to make sure that we both truly want this. It's easy to feel like things are out of our control, but if it were necessary, we could figure something else out. I just don't want you to feel trapped. Good, good. You're such a sweetheart, and I just want to make you happy. The last thing I want is for you to feel like you have to commit to something you don't want to. From now on, that's what we're going to do. We're going to look out for each other and help each other obtain what we desire. We'll be partners, teammates, looking out for each other's happiness. I I can't help but feel like the more I speak, the more anxious you look. What's the matter, my love? Oh. Oh no. Poor dear, I thought we spoke about this before. You have no reason to feel inadequate or unworthy. You have every right to be here, to marry me. Don't you remember? All those tests you passed, they prove that you're well suited to joining the royal family. I didn't have to pass any tests to become royalty, so, if anything, you have more right to it than I do. Shh. Listen, you're a wonderful human being. I can't tell you how happy I am that I get to marry somebody like you. They could have sent anybody. I honestly didn't have very high expectations for my future spouse. But they sent you. You, who I have genuinely fallen in love with. I feel so blessed for it. You have no reason to doubt yourself. It's natural, I'm sure, but the feeling will pass. I promise that I'll do everything I can to make you feel loved and worthy. Oh? Of course. You can share anything with me, love. Oh. Oh, I see. I, I had no idea. It all makes sense now. Still, I stand by what I've been saying. Even if you really did pass one of the tests through sheer luck alone, it doesn't make you any less worthy. Forget the tests. Honestly, it was a mistake for me to point to them as proof of your worth. The tests aren't what made you the right choice. You are. I've lived my whole life among royalty, and I've studied the lives of countless kings and queens in my kingdom's past. I know what traits are needed, and you have them. You're kind, thoughtful, selfless, and brave. You've been nothing but wonderful during our whole engagement. Doubting the test results is understandable, but please, trust me to know what I need in a spouse. You're everything I hoped you'd be. Everything and more. And if you're still feeling inadequate, even after all this, just be patient. Give yourself a chance to prove yourself to yourself. After a little while, I think you'll come to realize just how great you are. And I'm certain that you'll rise to every challenge. You know, it's because you're the kind of person you are that I finally have high hopes that I can make a difference in this kingdom. When my parents selected me for this political marriage, I feared that I was never going to amount to anything. It's essentially what my parents told me by giving me this role. But you have such a kind heart and a zeal for doing better. I really think that together we can make things better for both our kingdoms. There are so many things I want to do that I simply could never do on my own. It's because I believe I can trust you to stand by my side that I finally feel hope again. I mean every word that I'm saying. I don't believe in false compliments. If I tell you what I think about you, you can be certain that I really mean it. I'm sorry if I'm coming across a little bit intense. This is actually something that I feel really strong about, personally. You see, I feel like I've gone through something very similar to what you're experiencing now. It took me a long time to come to terms with things, and I just hate to see you in that same dark place. There's a reason my parents don't really think very highly of me. When I was younger, I wasn't exactly what you'd call the perfect princess. Well, that's sweet of you to say. I do try hard, but honestly, I didn't used to. I used to be scatterbrained and restless whenever I was supposed to be studying or attending something official or really anything a princess was supposed to do. I always find my mind wandering somewhere else. Paying attention was just so hard. I made mistakes all the time. And I tried. I really, really did try. I didn't mean to lose focus. It just always happened. Sometimes I try so hard to concentrate that I'd get lost in a daydream about concentrating. Unfortunately, my parents didn't see a little girl who was doing her best. They saw a child that didn't care enough to try. It it really got to me when I found out how they saw me. And for a while, I believed it. I just thought I wasn't royal material, like I was just destined to be the embarrassment of the family. But eventually, I started to get better. It took a long time, but I discovered little ways to help myself pay attention and remember things. I was so excited because I thought that finally I'd get some recognition. But by that point, my parents' opinion was set in stone. They would praise me when I did something well, but it was always an exception to them. No matter how well I did in anything, they would always keep me out of the spotlight if they could help it. So, I know how it feels to feel unworthy. But I also know how it feels to feel worthy and have no one else recognize it. I haven't given up yet. We're both going to prove our worth. We're both going to prove that we deserve to be royalty and we have something to contribute. I'll prove it to my family, and you'll prove it to yourself. All right? Good. Now, I think it's almost time. How are you feeling now? Are you feeling ready? That's more like it. Come on, love. This is it. The start of our life together. We're going to make the best team. Mark my words. They're going to write about the two of us in history books one day. I'm so glad we found each other. You make me so happy. As happy as I hope I make you. I love you.